The door was locked. The wires from the camera ran into the room behind. If I could get the code to the keypad... Excuse me, Father. I'm George Stobart.
My name is...
A senseless murderer.
On the con...
What?
I...
1 minute, the next. Poor guy. Poor guy. There was a small It was too It read, 2:30 p.m. Be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note.
Get out of here, kid.
Poor guy. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within. A cryptic note. No personal... I did... It was Hector Lane, France's great... For a moment... Time to awaken the...
Where...
You faint... The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left. No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it. I found a slice of pizza.
Now, that... Given the circumstances... now what's been...
Dead.
Poor chap.
The nail clippers were monogrammed with the letters H.L. Hector Lane. They must have fallen out of his pocket. Excuse me.
Do I know?
Yes, our paths...
Of course. The pity.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few... Fine. I don't suppose you know the code to that door, do you?
Of course. I am, after all, the curator. But I couldn't possibly give you access.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door. I needed to trim it. Mr. Lane,
And why, pray, should I do that?
because the way the cops... We both... I might be...
But that's preposterous.
Funny you should... Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What?
Exactly.
You're...
Well, I'm afraid that's the...
That's
Are these your nail...
Yes.
Huh. The...
What
Well, the alarm...
are you? I had no...
Okay, but... This isn't... The police...
I...
Just said...
You're not going to skip...
I was onto something here. How about it, Mr...
Certainly not.
Guilty?
I've been away...
An unusual painting turns up at your exhibition and gets stolen. Doesn't look good, does it?
And your point is?
The cops are going to ask some awkward questions. But you give me the code to the CCTV room, and I'll do my best to point them elsewhere.
I cannot let you into that room. Besides, Henri found La Malédiction, not me.
Guilty by...
Sheer phantom.
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place... I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass.
Sensors detect incoming audio source. I'm your friend. Call me Joey.
Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a...
Oh,
You don't...
all property is theft, monsieur, and all art is property, therefore...
Ah.
Did you see me...
There was a beautiful woman.
Oh, that must have...
You know her.
Can you tell me...
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, she is inherently...
No wonder this guy... The gallery owner, Henri.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of... Can we ever truly... He spent...
What do you know?
Lane? Oh yes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night?
After midnight. If you see him, give him this bill.
The check was from last night. But Lane told me he was nowhere near the gallery. This could be the leverage I needed to get the office door code from Lane. Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
It's dated yesterday. Last night, in fact. You said you sure drank a lot of champagne. But you told me that you were away. Tell you what, you give me the code of the door, a motive and proof of him.
You are a...
Just doing my job.
But I admit to none of these.
I had the code. The police will be here. What was that number again? 642. No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mou. Our paths had crossed before.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is,
Then why you...
you would know them.
Try me.
Because I look at you and I... the pretty... Like,
I
is this...
isn't
No.
the...
And do you know what drove... what fueled this... No, madame, no! It was...
So...
Yes, madame. And you, madame.
This is it.
Yes.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight... But there was...
Help me, Nico Collard. You're my only hope.
Sergeant Mou, we meet again.
Aha!
I was...
I am sorry. No, but... And... it is not...
No. I witnessed...
I'm so...
I saw...
I am...
I chased after...
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolute...
So,
No.
and to get...
Exact.
Have you...
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with it.
No. Who is in...
The most...
He sounds...
Madame. He is about...
So,
Blood spat.
I really need...
Tut tut. He is a plot. Any moment now. I certainly hope so. I am.
This was madness. Why are you so...
I have been... Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all...
Oh, if you'd like to go and get some sleep,
That's very Ha! A cunning... A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about...
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last...
That incident you made...
I don't want to talk. All I can say, I am on duty.
Thanks a lot. Monsieur,
Life is fleeting, madame. The sands of time.
well,
We know not what...
there's been a...
That is terrible.
No,
Life begins on the other... C'est vrai, no?
well, he was pushing me.
During the riot,
Oh, really?
it was... We met... I've never brewed so much coffee. Of course. But we...
None of this...
Au revoir.
Here's my...
La liberté. Madame, you are not... You must accept my deepest...
Well, of course.
La liberté.
At the height of the battle, as the tear gas... It was...
Monsieur,
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame.
could we...
And
How about some coffee?
for you, madame, there is... One moment. Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur. The coffee... Would you make me a cup?
For a fellow revolutionary... One moment. Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur. Did you see any...
I saw...
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
I applaud...
As a journalist... Sergeant Moore, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. But wait. I must not.
I'm sure one...
I'm tempted, madame, but
So, this incident...
it is a tale.
I'm...
Well,
Please do...
I was in charge of canines. One day, en vacances, I stayed alone with his dog. But I had drunk a coffee to stay. So I tied the dog to a tree. When I came back, liaison dangereux with the lady.
But how did they find...
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador
gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant.
You are a vic...
You think so?
But of course...
Well,
Ah,
yes.
and by drinking that coffee, you may... And now, France!
She is?
She is.
I suppose.
Bravo!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, it has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gap?
Oh, you can... I distracted Mu. It was now or never.
How did you get past Sergeant Mu? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
I managed to grab a couple of photos.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was...
So,
And no ordinary painting. The priest... I need to get into the office and see what the...
so,
The inspector's watching me like a hawk.
I'll see what I... The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card. Inspector Navet, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence.
Have you seen that stain on the floor?
I don't have time to wait. Please, leave.
Do you want this chewing gum?
Madame, I do not take...
I suppose this...
It is a robbery gone bad.
Sure.
Please, consider the impact of the bullet and note the...
Don't you...
I prefer...
Did you see the alarm?
I have interrogated...
Don't you...
The... Do...
Why don't you check up...
Madame, that is not my area.
But this...
Correct. Unless you know something.
The only evidence Inspector Navet seemed to appreciate involved... What do you think about...
He is...
Thanks, Inspector. How about that for a distraction? I wondered whether it would be enough. The tomato sauce looked as close to blood as it was ever going to. Inspector.
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it. Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, Georges. That should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
At last, Stobart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Ah, yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. And find that painting or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it.
What a dick.
Oh, man. The priest was right. Evil was abroad. The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded. It looked like I needed to enter a Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. The most striking Nico and I were taking a look at funny? A good view of La Malédiction. There wasn't. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing. The moment it all went horribly wrong. The killer making his getaway. The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking. That was the last. There must have been clues to. Whoever was wearing that. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. Poor Henri. The next shot had a better view of the writing on his helmet. This frame caught the moment the CCTV had caught the killer in the act. He knew exactly. The most striking... There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice. They weren't the guys we'd read. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but... In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of... The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of... I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur... Monsieur...
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insure...
Oh, really?
Well, no. We have plenty...
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool...
Yeah.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that...
Of course.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be...
Okay. Do you know anything?
No, I have never heard...
It's very likely that...
Monsieur, I am a Monsieur...
Yeah.
Of course. I think... Rolling around on...
Interesting idea.
Indeed. You may go now.
I had some value, but before following up on them, Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything that had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder...
What do you mean?
Like I said...
Go on.
someone...
Let...
The CCTV picked up an image of the thief.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too. But I need to take a...
Great. Well, the priest thinks
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something... I found the address of the security company. It was not the one that...
Good luck with... Well, I guess I...
Yeah?
It's good to...
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
Oh. That's interesting.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera's security. Hi. I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera's security.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Bad migraine.
The worst. The buzzing and flashing. I thought the neon sign had potential.
Is it your son?
No, the previous owners used to... But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me...
You want me to try fix...
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good.
Then, please. Marketing analysis and...
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. Seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters. I'd have to think of something. I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Aha! That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bissam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Come here, little fella. I was never going to catch... There were crumbs on the floor. I was never going to catch it with my bare hands.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Rich tea. Oh, what's that, a cookie?
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Glad to help.
There was a huge cockroach in the way. The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. The filters were gold-colored. Very exotic. Romanovs, a Russian brand cigarette. As a child, I'd always been told. A crumpled cigarette. That was never going to happen. The ashtray was... Romanovs. That wouldn't have... I tipped out the matches. It didn't work. I'd made a great home for a little critter. I went to take a close... I was never going to kill... I set down my clever trap. Now, all I had to do was wait. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
Hello, we're security. We make you secure. Wrong number. Damn nuisance calls.
A quick look revealed that the drawer was empty.
Hello, we're security. We make you secure. Wrong number. Damn nuisance calls.
I wanted to see what secrets the book might... recognize this?
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector, that's what he is. My little Hector. Yes?
So, what happened on your date with Lane?
Oh, I'm not...
You could do better than that.
Yeah. Oh, like that?
No! There's been a theft. A painting.
Shame.
I believe you're...
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all...
But I didn't. It says here that Vera was hired... Didn't do a very good...
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
That job was signed off. You can't... Look, here's how it is. I've only been here... I had nothing to do... I just did.
So, who's the man...
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. The boss told me to keep my mouth...
The boss.
No, I've forgotten it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed.
I had nothing... Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old...
The gallery owner...
Badly?
Yeah, he...
Oh.
This is a murder investigation.
I don't know. Honest.
He.
I've never seen him.
Hmm.
Don't make trouble for poor Anne.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told... She sounded... Time to put the thumb screw... Time to confront Lane. The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty. Lane wasn't exactly easy to miss, and it looked like he wasn't around.
Seize the day, boys.
The door was locked and sealed off with police tape. I needed to find... I had no reason or desire to investigate the pissoir. I wondered if the widow had anything to do with the gallery at all.
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
Stobart? What are you doing here?
Good grief. Is that you, Mr. Lane? Actually, I wanted to talk to you. Mr. Lane, does the...
I have...
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police.
Dear Lord, George, you have the worst timing.
Is this a bad time to accuse you of lying?
What do you want?
I've just come from Vera's security.
So?
I'm surprised you let your conquests keep souvenirs. Annette lent...
Quit waving it around.
Can you tell me...
Annette told me he's some angry-looking Russian chick.
Come on, Lane.
All right, all right. I had a fling with her, okay?
And you two...
No, nothing like that. Anyway, the fling was a mistake. She turned out to be rather needy. Less of...
Special... Okay, Lane.
You can't tell me what to do.
You want me to show Bijou this picture?
All right, I'm going. You haven't heard the last of me, Stobart.
Promise?
And give me that photo.
If Lane was telling the truth, that meant that Annette was lying. She said she'd never met the owner and was very keen to get rid of me. I wondered if she was hiding something interesting in that back office.
Are you going to introduce yourself properly?
Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name's George Stobart.
Call me Bijou. Hello, young man.
I'm from the I'm so sorry.
Henri, my poor sauvage.
Could I?
Well, why not? A little company might just pep me up, as you American.
Can you tell me about the...
The gallery was Henri's baby. He never spoke to me about it.
So you weren't...
Not at all.
Henri...
Henri was my line.
Bijou, I think it wasn't Hector Lane. He's not devious enough.
But who else?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it, I promise you. Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure.
Bijou appeared to know nothing. I still couldn't discount Lane. Annette, on the other hand, had lied about Vera's security's owner. Henri was now dressed in a cheap suit. On balance, I preferred the waistcoat. Night was falling. Annette would have left for the evening. It was time to pay a visit to Vera's security. The empty mall was lit by bright moonlight, the perfect ambiance for a little detective work. I wanted a good look at that back office. I just had to find a way in. lid open. Inside was an aircon unit and bingo, the master controls for the That was close. The wire was live. The wire connected the I needed a better idea. Nope, I need... It was the motor. It was the master. That wouldn't... The wire connected the... That wouldn't work. I'd cut the wire in. I'd cut the wire. The wire connected the power supply. It was the power supply. It was the cable from the... The cable was... I'd cut the wire in. I had redirected the power to the shutter motor. In the drawer was a single Q-tip. It was my lucky day. It hadn't been used. The room was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. In the corner of the room was a pizza delivery scooter, just like the one the killer had escaped on. I smeared some oil onto the cotton bud. It was a pizza. There was a letter jammed. I tried to free the gears, but they were jammed solid. Its service was long overdue. I smeared the gear. It was time to see what was in. I grabbed the paperclip. was the letter from Henri confirming that Vera Security had the contract for the exhibition. And it also revealed who was in charge at Vera. A guy called Medovsky. At first glance, it all seemed pretty run-of-the-mill. But why was Henri thanking Medovsky for being generous? And why was he pleased to represent him? Maybe Medovsky was the owner we've been looking for. It didn't add up. I had a gut feeling. There was something fishy going on. The air vent had a tiny... The paperclip was perfect for the job. There was definitely something in there. Now, what are you... Gotcha. Well, would you believe it? It was a gun. And very likely the one that had been used to shoot Henri.
Aha! So, what have we here? L'Américain, Monsieur Stobart. You will rue the day you crossed my path, because now you are caught in my net like a little red herring.
Inspector, I'm investigating the robbery.
No, monsieur. You are breaking and entering an innocent storeroom.
I found the murder weapon.
Found? No. Planted? Yes. Mou, arrest this man and take him to the station. I shall squeeze you, Monsieur Stobart, until your pips squeak.
Thanks, Ronnie. I just wish I'd got some better shots of the killer.
Are you kidding? That stuff from the hip is very dramatic. You did good, Neil.
So, what's next?
Get me an interview with the owner, and you got Sunday's front page.
I'm on it already.
Keep me up to speed. Let me know before you write anything up, okay?
Of course. Oh, gotta go. Someone at the door. Monsieur?
Are you Nicole Collard?
Yes, can I help you?
I need to sit down.
You'd better come in.